Yeah, two very different games. Pleased with, even though we lost against Minnesota, I thought we played well. Energy was good, we competed really well, scored a great early goal, but Minnesota's good and their pre-season results will show you that they've been good. So I was really pleased with the performance and a little bit disappointed. Maybe we didn't squeak a draw out in the first game, but really pleased, took a lot away from the first performance and was happy with where we were at. Then we moved on to Iowa State and I wasn't too pleased with the first half performance. I thought we didn't compete as well as we can do. We didn't win 50-50s, we lost a lot of headers. So we talked a little bit about it at half-time, fixed a few things and let them know I was disappointed. And credit to the team, they came out second half and were a much different team in the second half, competed much better, won a lot more 50-50s, scored a couple of really good goals, an early goal which was important for us, and a really, really good result. Didn't realise until someone mentioned it to me yesterday, it's the first time in 7 years we've beaten a Power 5 on the road. So that was good and only the second time in the history of the programme. So good start of the weekend. If you'd have told me we'd be 1-1 going into weekend, I'd have probably said that'd be okay, I'll take that as a first year head coach. And then obviously a wee bit disappointed not to be a little bit better than that.
Open the floor to questions.
Go ahead.
When you put the schedule together, did you plan to have this kind of layoff in between after 2 road games, or was that just kind of the way it worked out?
Just kind of the way it worked out. So first thing, traditionally, wherever I've been, we've always put a competitive schedule together. So it's a really competitive schedule with the start that we've got. We were actually supposed to play Nebraska on Sunday this week, but we had to move it just because of a scheduling conflict for them. So that gave us the bye week. So it's probably come at a good time because we've been getting after it for about 3 or 4 weeks, and it's a few injuries and a couple of little niggles and stuff we can get players back. So I feel like by the time we go into Western Michigan, we should be pretty healed. Give or take a little bit you might get in training with the competitive nature of that this week, and so it'll be a nice little break for us after a very hectic first month, and then 4 or 5 we've played 5 games already, if you can believe that. So it's a lot of games to get under your belt, so it'll be a good time for this to come.
What now that you've done it and you've seen the reaction to it, I mean, was there a little bit of hesitation on your part to lay into a new group, match number 2, halftime, because that could go worse than it is, you know what I mean? Like, were you curious to see how that response would play out over the next 45 minutes, and what did you learn about the group based on the way they responded to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's you go to the Minnesota game, and the halftime talk was excellent because we were really pleased with where we were at, and then I think for me is the expectation and the standards we got for the team. We want to be successful, and we fell below that standard. And it's not like you're going to critique a player on a bad touch or a bad pass and things like that, but you can absolutely hold them to the standard with their work ethic and the competitiveness because they get to control that the entire game. So that's the first time I've really had to get on the team since I got here in January, and credit to the players. They responded first 4 minutes of second half, came out fired up, scored a goal. But you can only have 2 or 3 of those a season. That can't be the norm for any coach or for any team for that matter. But we told them how unhappy we are, but we also told them why. Like, this is why we're unhappy, and we're a good enough team to be playing better than that. If we didn't have that expectation, you probably don't hold them to that standard. But we have a high expectation for them, and this is a talented group that could be successful. So we pushed them to the standard at half time, and credit to them, they responded great.
I know you're a coach, not a psychologist, but do you think that the team, showed that they're not afraid to try to win as opposed to trying to lose? Like that mentality of here we go again, kind of seeps in when you have a bad half. You know what I mean? Did you learn anything from that aspect of it?
Yeah, maybe. But I love this team. I love how gritty, how hard-working, how blue-collar, how competitive we've been from the day we got here in January and started. I've been so impressed with how hard this team works. So I knew they've got it in them for that. And they've not had a ton of success, but this is a group that wants to be successful. This is a group that's risen to every challenge we've given them so far. So yeah, I do feel they can handle it, and I have been so impressed with their work ethic and how scrappy we've been. Even in the pre-season games, we've been really competitive. I feel like we've been the more competitive of the teams in every game so far. But it's been some good teams. So.
What's it mean for you for official win number 1 here to be against a Power 5 team, and only the second in program history?
Yeah, so first of all, the emotion of winning. You know, it's always great to win. I think when you win, you're never really as good as you think you are. And when you lose, you're never as bad as you think you are either. So it's that emotional, keeping that in check a little bit. I think I was really happy because we had a trophy for the game. So that was our first trophy since 2010. I'll take it, whatever we can get trophy-wise, I'll take it. But that was good. Against a Power 5 team, that's nice. For me personally, it's my first win over a Power 5 in my coaching career, so that was a big one, and for the staff as well, for how hard they work, so that was really good for all of us. I think the downside to it is the coach at Iowa State is one of my best mates, so the bittersweet, it was happy we won, but maybe wish we could have got it against somebody different, but I'll take it, and happy to get on with the next one.
Are you superstitious at all?
Yeah.
Because they filmed a congrats on your first win video before you won your first match.
Yeah, and I never knew that, so that's a good thing. That's a good
Might have
thing.
been a what if it never happened.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I am superstitious. We've been wearing the same, like, obviously we're washing it, but we're wearing the same polo shirt and tops as well. So we've been feeling pretty good about it. So yeah.
Is there anything to coming back to play the MAC already this early on the season?
What's that? Sorry.
Is there anything going back to play the MAC team this early on after coming to Bowling Green now?
Yeah, loving it. You know, Western's a team that we had a little bit of previous competitiveness with, so I know they're going to want to come and beat us. With me being the coach at Bowling Green when I was there, and that was we'd won a couple of championships, and then they pipped us for the last one by a point. So yeah, of course, there's going to be a little bit of rivalry there, and we know how chippy they are. They're a very physical, aggressive team. So yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting game. You know, it's going to be an interesting game on Thursday night for sure.
With the start that Ozzy was off to, I mean, I know it's like you score a couple goals and you can go forward without, and you can score more. It's just about kind of opportunities. But how infectious does it have the potential to be? The fact that she's found a way to put the ball in the back of the net 2 straight matches to start the season. Yeah. I mean, she's infectious on and off the field. So just a great person. Arguably one of the best players I've ever coached. A really talented young lady. Has a chance, if she does well this season, has a chance going to the next level for sure. But yeah, it gives everybody a lift, and we see it. It's never a surprise to us because we see it every day in training. So we see how good she is. We see how talented she is. But great for her to, I mean, the goal she scored against Minnesota was as good as you're going to see. And then the goal she scored again the next game, just brilliant. I mean, the work that she put to get in the box to get there to score, credit to her for that. So, yeah, I mean, the kid's amazing. What puts her on that level for you? You coached a long time. What makes her, what separates her to that tier, I guess?
Yeah, I think with any top player, I think it's the decision making and when to make the decision at the right moment that can impact the game, and she's just got it. She just knows what to do at the right moment, or the way to use her body, or which pass to make with the right texture at the right moment. She has a lot of those intangibles that you can't teach that. I mean, that's you work on it and you put them in environments of training to hopefully get that out of them. But she just has that decision making. She's a different level.
We have time for one more question if anybody has one. All right, thank you.
Good, easy enough. First one, not too bad, huh?
Thank you,
Too
sir.
bad, yeah.